Welcome to BESC 367, U.S. Environmental Regulations. I am Dr. Heather Wilkinson. I am the instructor for this course. Kelsey McWilliams is a graduate student who is serving as TA for the course. Kelsey is quite familiar with the course, having taken it when she was an undergraduate in the BESC program. This color block figure provides an overview of the rationale behind components of the course. There are two overarching goals of this course: concept mastery and integrative and critical thinking. Since it is essential to be conversant in the content and concepts associated with U.S. environmental regulations for many environmental scientist careers, concept mastery is a primary goal of the course. To encourage concept mastery, I've provided for some specific actions you ought to take each week. I encourage you to take high-quality notes as you work through material for this course. Note-taking is an excellent way to begin to connect with material. All evidence for the value of note-taking in studies of learning are associated with handwritten notes. Typed notes may be an efficient way to capture information. However, writing them out helps you retain the information. To assist you in understanding the level of detail I expect, I've provided something called Notes Guidance for each chapter. Each bullet in the Notes Guidance corresponds to a slide in the video lecture or to some specific instruction to take notes about something in the textbook. If you work to ensure your notes capture the answers to these questions in the notes guidance, as well as major themes from the reading, then you will perform well on the weekly quizzes, recognize concepts when they come up in the case studies, and be well prepared to study for the 3 exams. For each chapter, there's a video lecture that's available with electronic narration, and also a PDF of the slides and the associated transcript. Your textbook is an important resource. It does matter that you have the 8th edition. The quizzes are based on reading the book and watching the lectures. To help you with the tremendous amount of vocabulary in each chapter, we have created a Quizlet for each chapter. You can use these like standard flashcards, or you can play around with the different settings to make games and tests and those sorts of things. Finally, when you have completed your notes, you can use them for an open note quiz. You may take the quizzes as many times as you like during the week, and you get to keep the highest score. To practice the skills associated with critical thinking and integrative thinking, you will engage with case studies. The case studies are materials you watch or read. The material will usually take between 1 and 2 hours to consume. In addition, you're expected to provide responses to some number of questions in a prompt. You receive credit for completion of these each week, so long as it is clear that your answers are thoughtful and reflective. We endeavor to get these graded quickly each week so that you can tell that you're on track. Thoughtful and reflective responses receive full credit. Responses with missing information or that are overly terse but demonstrate completion of the case receive half credit. No response or very poor responses receive a 0. By sticking to just these 3 categories of grades, we can grade all the students more efficiently. Halfway through the semester and at the end, you will be expected to submit a relatively short integrative essay. In the essay, you will relate the themes in the cases and the course up to that point with a current event article I provide. These integrative essays allow you to apply the concepts and themes from the course and to formulate your perspective on timely issues in environmental regulations. Further, since you will also provide reviews for the essays of other students, you will be able to evaluate and appreciate the perspectives of others. To do the peer review aspect of the essays, we use a tool in eCampus called Peerceptive. Many of you have used this tool in BESC 201 with Dr. Stoddard. If you are not familiar with Peerceptive, Dr. Stoddard has created a video that explains how it works and how to use it appropriately. I encourage you to watch that video. If you have any questions after you watch her video, feel free to contact me or our TA. The final component to this color block diagram I would like you to notice is the unit exams. The reason the turquoise block spans both the major goals is because the exams test both concept mastery and also information and themes from the case studies. This diagram gives you an idea of how most weeks of the course will work. The times when materials will show up in eCampus may be earlier than in this diagram, but should never be any later than indicated. When there is a case study the following week, it will be posted by Friday at 5 p.m., giving you until the following Thursday at 5 p.m. to watch it and submit your response to the prompt. All the materials you need to create a high-quality notes, things like notes guidance and the video lectures, will be published each week on Monday at 12:01 a.m., so 1 minute after midnight. Likewise, each week, with a quiz you have from Monday 12:01 until Sunday at midnight to take it as many times as you wish. This is the schedule of activities across the course this semester. If you look around this schedule, you'll see that the plan is for the entire semester. The colors in this graphic correspond to those in earlier graphics that described the course components and also the events that occur in most weeks. You should note that the week numbers in this schedule correspond to week numbers in eCampus. The columns on the right of the schedule show the predicted amount of time needed for each activity. These are conservative estimates ensuring that there is enough time to accomplish what is expected of you. The time per activity may vary across different students. The expectations for an online 3-credit course like this one is that there will be approximately 135 hours of contact with materials necessary to successfully complete the work. Finally, I encourage you to spend some time reading over the syllabus so you can understand the policies and expectations associated with the course. In particular, the policies and expectations that are associated with the 3 Thursday night evening exams, and also the overview of how points are distributed across the graded aspects of the course are important. If you have any questions, you can always email me or the TA. Emails should have BESC 367 online in the subject line. That way I can prioritize them as I'm watching my email throughout the day. However, I want to encourage you to please consider whether or not your question might help others as well. If so, you can post it to the Course Concerns discussion board in eCampus. I've set that discussion board up so that you can post anonymously if you prefer to do that. However, I don't think you should be overly concerned with making it anonymous. I'm hoping we can create a community on that discussion board where everyone feels like they can ask questions that they need as frequently as they need to. I commit to checking this discussion board once a day, Monday through Friday at least, and then I'll do my best on weekends, but I will not commit to always checking it each day on the weekend. Thanks. Have a great semester, and gig 'em.